Yo, haha. They'll never say.
Adidas is definitely going after our pockets. What is good, YouTube? Your boy Mel Neverson coming back with another quick video. And today, well, now we got official images of what's going to be dropping on the Adidas confirmed app, presumably tomorrow, August 16th. But I expect some raffles to be on. Kind of the same thing we've been seeing for the past two releases in August, where there's a bunch of raffles. Some retail stores are going to be releasing certain Yeezys. I want to kind of look at this photo and go specifically to the part where they start talking about specific retailers. And you can see it highlighted right here. It says the release catalog and schedule may vary by location, selected pairs sold at online retail partners in some locations. And this tells me at some point that even though we're looking at these Yeezys on adidas.com/Yeezy, not the actual app, not the Adidas app or the confirmed app. When you go on your web browser and you go to this link, this doesn't necessarily mean that this could be just the final amount of Yeezys that's going to release. So even in the second round of releases, we saw the OG Knit Runner drop. We saw the Yeezy Slide Bones drop. I think it was JD Sports and Finish Line, if I'm not mistaken, but you never saw it on the confirmed app. So this is what I was trying to say in my last video, that, you know, although you don't see a Yeezy Foam Runner in this picture, what are you starting to see lately now on especially on Twitter and I want to say GOAT, StockX? You're starting to see a Yeezy Foam Runner pop up, but not the one that I mentioned in the last video. This one I'm kind of curious about because after seeing it, it actually looks intriguing. This is going to be called the MX, at least the Granite. Now, a lot of people have mixed feelings about foam runners, at least until they put it on feet. But in terms of the colorway, in terms of the mix series, I would take this over the centers that I got on the first release, if I'm not mistaken, in August. But and looking at the colorway, this looks nice. And again, if you go on, I want to say GOAT or StockX, there's certain sizes already available, which tells me that this could be at some point kind of like a, I don't want to say shock drop, but I don't know. For people to start advertising, look, I got the MX series, at least the Granite, I got the series, and I'm seeing an array of shoe YouTubers kind of popping it up, showing it off. So you could be seeing a foam runner. Another one that's also floating around is the foam runner, at least the Stone Taupe. Now, you don't see much about this, but at the same time, I feel like at some point it's going to drop. Looking at the photos on the Adidas website, don't go by the photos. I'm telling you, it's going to change up and it's going to surprise a lot of people before they least expect it. But I was correct about the slide. Now, the slides are supposed to be two different slides that's coming out. The one that we're looking at, if I'm not mistaken, that looks more so like the dark slate, or the slate gray, I should say. This one is the slate gray version because it's a darker hue. And I think a lot of people are going to be going after that, especially if you didn't get the Yeezy Slide Onyx. This kind of is a close resemblance to it. So I would not be surprised that people will go after the slate gray. And then you also, a couple other ones I think we did confirm, at least on the rumor video, which was the Yeezy 700 Utility Black. People hit and miss about that, but that's definitely going to be something that people go after. A lot of people even intrigued about the Yeezy 950, the boot. There was different colorways with this boot, if I'm not mistaken, but this black version is going to be releasing for $600. I mentioned in my last video, I felt like some people, they're intrigued by it, but they're not liking that price point. And then we also saw the Yeezy High Resolution. Now, the orange one, this one I thought was going to be later in August. It looks like Adidas may be boosting it up at least 1 week. Again, they're showing you the photos, but we're not seeing official date releases. So, you know, I could definitely see this being a week long worth of a release. So, you know, yeah, the draw could open on the 16th, but the release date, or when you find out you actually won the shoe, it could be the 22nd. I'm just putting it out there. And then, of course, you see the MX Dark Slate, the Yeezy 350. This one I'm definitely liking. Hopefully it lives. Let's say Dark Slate, Dark Salt. This one I'm looking at. it's one of the ones where I had it in the back of my mind because I was thinking about getting something like this because I do like the intermix of kind of like that gray black. If it does look like this, and, sometimes the photos say one thing, but the actual, in hand says another. I could definitely see myself going after this. I'm just contemplating certain things right now, but man, I can't deny that one. That one actually looks really, really, really nice. And finally, a Yeezy that we've seen, I mean, countless times in the Yeezy community, in the Yeezy 700, the Wave Runner. This is a shoe that could keep releasing over and over and over and over again. I don't know if the price point is going to be $300 for this one, but it could be a little bit more with the whole inflation going on. But I could definitely see a lot of people going after the Wave Runner. It was one of those coveted shoes that, when it released, a lot of people wanted it. Some people couldn't get it, at least when it first released. And then it just, I think when I say for the past 3-4 years, they've been simultaneously releasing it like over and over and over and over again, but people keep buying it over and over and over again. But comment below, now that we see the official images, let me know which one are you going to go after. I see a couple that I'm going to go after. I'm just not going to say just yet because I don't want to jinx myself. I'm just saying. But your boy Magnificent Man, I am out, and you guys stay blessed.